So I got my first BRC20 tokens the other day because we invested in Ordinals bot, which is a great company.
Nice.
Toby, love it. So I finally got them, and they showed up in my Express wallet, and I was like, okay, Toby, I gotta go do something with these. I was like, I'm gonna hold your tokens, but I want to see what I can do with them. And needless to say, it was a pretty painful experience trying to go in. I mean, there's not a DEX per se, but there is kind of a marketplace where I could try to convert them to some fiat or some Bitcoin. But man, you realize how spoiled you are in the Ethereum ecosystem because this was a difficult process.
A lot of things you think for granted in Ethereum doesn't really happen in Bitcoin layer 1, right? You have to go through 2 processes to inscribe and mint, and then you have to put it into like a floor price, like sell like NFT, which they have very little liquidity sometimes, right? The user experience was kind of broken. A lot of wallets company, including OKX wallet, Xverse, and Unisat, they try their best, but still, because of the lack of programmability on Bitcoin layer 1, you can't really do that. And I'm curious, like from your perspective, how much gas fee you paid last year?
I mean, it wasn't just that. I mean, first of all, understanding it was a challenge. And I mean, like, I can get my way around most ecosystems, but I finally figured it out after a couple of tutorial videos. But then the weirdest thing happened. I could have swore, I'm pretty sure, that the asset traded at a higher price than I was selling it for.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to sell some big size. It was a smaller size, but it looked like there was a price discrepancy where it traded at a higher price than I was selling. And I sat there looking at my block thinking, what the hell just happened? It took 20, 30 minutes to get the trade done, maybe longer.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think I was just shocked that it actually transacted. And I don't even know what the gas I paid, but I was really taken aback by how much this needs work.
And you get a front runner sometimes, right? Doing some crazy mint, usually a lot of the mint get failed because other people really front run you.
Right. Well, my order was just sitting out there for like a long time, so it would have been really easy to front run me or do whatever.
True. They pay higher gas fee on that.
Yeah. So it was just a reality to me. I should have known better, but I was like, wow, this really needs some help. I'm guessing you guys will solve a lot of those problems.
Yeah, a lot of those transactions, like you get a front run, it was MEV, that kind of things. If it's on our layer 2, one, it's much cheaper. It's like multiple hundreds times cheaper, and then much faster in terms of the confirmation time, finality time, and we have more use cases you can able to do. You can't really do AMM on Bitcoin layer 1.
You can't.
You cannot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there's no liquidity there.
Yeah.
There's no pools.
There's no
market
liquidity pool.
makers.
There's no smart contract. You can't really do perp DEX. You cannot do prediction market, all these kind of a bit more complicated use cases.
I think a lot of people don't realize all the liquidity behind the scenes that allows them to do the things that they want to do. And this was, I teach this to some of my students, like what is liquidity? But when you're faced with a lack of liquidity, you really understand the limitations of the layer 1.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we need you to build this.
Yeah, a lot of BRC20 assets now kind of sitting in no man's land, because they can't sell. There's no liquidity, right? You put a sell order kind of in the floor price, area. Nobody buys. So essentially, a lot of assets goes to zero immediately because of liquidity pulled out, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that's the problem. Yeah.
When will your mainnet be live for things like that, or do you still need people to build on it and build DEXs?
We live 3 months ago already on the V1. We have around 200 projects already deploy our chain.
Right.
The active ones are around 60 of them are very active with like a lot of transactions, user base using that, and some of them have a very big amount of liquidity already, TVL. So
they're like BRC20 DEX.
BRC20 DEX, some normal DEX as well, like with intent based, some like lending protocol, getting some interesting traction. Like Avalon Finance, for example, they have over 350 mil TV already. Yeah. We have some exciting new perp DEX like Rodex now exploring, working with us, like trying to be like the Arbitron, GMX kind of relationship. In Bitcoin, you would never imagine there's like a GMX kind of perp DEX on that. Right now, it's all possible.
So I could go in and maybe sell my BRC20 tokens on Bitlayer, on some of the DEXs on Bitlayer now?
Yeah.
I could?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're compatible to BRC20, Rune assets, and also normal like programmable Bitcoin. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then what's the future? I guess what you're really trying to do is that finality.
Yeah.
But what is it? What is your ecosystem like, and what do you think the whole ecosystem looks like 12 months from now, 24 months from now?
Great question. I think, yeah, well, so first of all, our V2 mainnet is like 1 or 2 months away. Our engineering team is actively working on that, test out, now engaging the security auditing firm as well. It's going to still be a test net, but it will engage all the developers to try that out, right? And then I think the mainnet of the V2 version will be launched Q4 this year. With that, we can achieve Bitcoin finality, right? Transaction proof will be batched, eventually being settled back to Bitcoin layer 1, right? That's basically give us the security level of Bitcoin layer 1 security. That's very different compared to a sidechain, which your security level is maintained by your validator sets, right? It's very different trust assumption, very different level of security. Obviously, we have to pay a certain amount of fees for the security cost, right? But because of the level of security upgrade so much, we are able to maybe engage a lot of the Bitcoin whales, Bitcoin OGs to open up and explore and let them explore this new programmability layer, right? Because we could argue a lot of OG don't want to try any Bitcoin layer 2 at this moment because of different trust assumption, right? Yeah. And I think the market going to become better and then later Q4. And then if we hit some interesting use cases, like when you bridging your assets, when they actually tap into the layer 2, there's some interesting use case people really want to use, right? And I think that will be important because at the end of the day, no matter how infrastructure technology upgraded, you need use cases to allow users, either it's B2B or B2C users, to really use your piece of infrastructure, right? So that's very key. When people just keep bragging about how cool the technology is on the infrastructure layer, how to bring use cases, that's even more important question for me, I think.
What are use cases besides just DeFi? Besides me getting yield?
DeFi is a key use cases, yeah. Right? Like stable coins, all these are very important building blocks for big DeFi primitive. We are exploring something interesting with AI as well, and in a different approach. So it's more like on the content generation side. We all know AI can create interesting content like video, graphics, right? Some crazy good ones, right? High quality. But at the end of the day, that AI processing, it's off-chain, right? The content is off-chain. But the prompt words, it's just like 20 words or something, right? We can even put into recursive inscription, make it very, very low cost, like very low, small file. But it's on Bitcoin. It's inscribed on Bitcoin. So imagine our video today eventually can recursive back to like 20 words of prompt, like, just put, describe like Brian Rose, Charlie Hu, on this day and something like that. And that's like it's like a proof, like an inscription in that specific block. It's part of the history. So imagine we think about all kinds of things which needs to be written in the history, but instead of written in the Alexander library or whatever, like physical books or history books, it's on Bitcoin. Bitcoin become one of the biggest history book which people pay for that, right? You can see it, and the heavy content, the high quality content is recursive back with AI engine.
So we could take this episode and with 20 keywords, it could be reproducible by an AI engine?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that proof, that specific keywords is on Bitcoin.
Right.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.